Aries, you're going to be moving past a barrier this month, a barrier of silence. You've been silent for so long about some pain you've been carrying in your heart. And this month you're going to be moved into more of an open energy where spirit, your guides, your higher self are going to show you the next steps. This goddess of endurance is saying you have the strength to move forward. And when you speak your truth, it's really going to give you a lot of power. This sadness you've been quiet about has a lot to do with another person or something that just hasn't felt right. And you're finally going to be able to mourn and let go of a vision you had or an idea you had or an illusion you had. Yeah, something your ego was saying, this is how it has to be. This month, you're going to release that, and it's going to feel really good and freeing. And then you're going to be able to see the path forward. So even though it may seem heavy at first, you're going to feel relieved and unburdened, and then you're going to see the next steps forward toward good things for you. Taurus, for a long time, you've been struggling between mind and heart. You can see with these two opposing queens, the Queen of Swords is about what makes sense in your mind, and the Queen of Cups is about what makes sense to the heart. And they're facing each other. They're opposing each other here. And this month you're going to shift into this realization that, hey, actually, what if they're both right? What if what makes sense to my heart actually does make sense to my head? And that leads me to all this abundance with the Ten of Pentacles. You can let go of the frustration. There doesn't have to be a winner here. It all can make sense. And that's that rebirth. Yeah, you're being rebirthed into this, wow, I really can have it all. You thought you had to choose, and it turns out you don't. You can have what makes sense and what calls to your heart and feel successful and victorious in that. And November is the month when you're going to see that. So release anything that feels frustrating. Let yourself be reborn, renewed, and feel this thankfulness, this gratitude all through the month. Wow, Gemini, you have been wishing for more love. You have been manifesting more for yourself, more fulfillment, and it is on the way in November. This month is bringing a lot of inner child healing, a lot of success. You're going to feel this sense of, wow, I've really made it. You're going to be looking at that little child version of you and saying, hey, we've made it. We've made it to this time where we can love ourselves, be loved. You are experiencing a real movement forward in November. Into things that reflect this love you've been allowing yourself to receive and giving yourself. And this is really inspiring to others. You are setting the tone because you're going to be showing this month just how good life can get. And people are going to be watching you going, wow, that looks really wonderful and fun. And I want to do that. So know that just your presence is uplifting others this month. Beautiful. Cancer, November is a beautiful month of transformation for you. You're going to find yourself being moved from something very painful, very heavy and mournful into something much more exciting, more free. And it particularly has to do with healing around the masculine energy. There's some transformation happening around either a masculine energy in your life or the masculine energy within you. So it's bringing a lot of change, a lot of metamorphosis. What's going to be important is to release that fear and to start acting from your heart, not your mind. Don't go into those old patterns of thinking you have to suffer and be sad, especially where the masculine is concerned. You're going to be moving into a love-centered way of being, and it's going to transform absolutely everything. Leo, this month is going to be very healing, very alchemizing for you. The key will be you being willing to put down old patterns that are destructive or toxic or just somehow don't serve you anymore. You're definitely healing a lot of past pain here, a lot of mental limitation, and you're shifting into a whole new energy that will feel very exciting and magical this month. It will challenge you, however, to truly let yourself be free and move in a new direction. This is good because it signifies you've done a lot of healing of things from your past that would have held you back and kept you in pain. But now you're shifting, you're free. And others are going to see this magic in you this month, this sense of alchemizing, of changing old destructive habits into new life. and they'll be inspired by it, Leo. You continue to set the example of how to live powerfully. It's beautiful. Virgo, this is going to be a wonderful month of you enjoying togetherness and enjoying your family, enjoying the friends, those who surround you. It does feel particularly like you will be enjoying a partnership that has shifted into an even deeper, more unconditional love level. It's going to feel really good. You've seen some things within yourself that have put you in a new energy that you're enjoying. This surrender frustration is just sort of be on the lookout for old mental patterns that would have you fixate on things that really don't matter. You know, it's like, don't sweat the small stuff. Remember, calm is not a weakness. You know, this is not a time when you need to be stressing about anything, but your mind might be like, this feels odd. Well, just enjoy it. Just kind of go with the flow, because it's going to be a really beautiful, connected, loving month for you, however that comes in. Libra, this is the month you are just saying no to anything that does not feel good, anything that makes you feel this heart pain of the Three of Swords and gives you pain in your body. You're just like, I'm done with that. The Empress here says, you know, you're ready to receive. The Queen of Pentacles says, I'm worth it. And, you know, this really is a beautiful month of you realizing that you don't have to continue a cycle of pain, that you can be free of a dynamic that is causing you pain, whether this is within yourself or with anybody else. This goddess of sensuality is really putting you in touch with what feels good, especially with this surrender to play. November is going to be all about, yes, you seizing this, receiving this abundance that is your divine right. And you can feel it in all of your body, all of your senses. So let that lead the way into what feels good for you this month. I'm really hearing Lizzo, it's about damn time. Scorpio, this is going to be a month of you needing to be very clear and very decisive in what you are putting down. What burdens are you putting down? There's definitely going to be a decision this month with this Two of Pentacles. You may have already feel like you may feel like you've already made it, the decision to put down these old outdated beliefs about you and be reborn. But if you don't feel that, you will feel it through the course of this month. This Queen of Swords says, no, I'm cutting out anything that does not feel like it's benefiting me. I'm not taking on these burdens anymore. At the same time, it's going to be important not to blame or judge somebody else, because any situations you found yourself in that were burdensome, you did come into based on an old perception of you that you were given. So it's all part of your transformation and rebirth. It's not anybody else's fault, but they sure did help you see what you need to put down. So move forward lighter. Sagittarius, you might feel a little bit stop and go this month. You have a mixture of wands and swords going on here that might make you feel like, oh, I've got my foot on the accelerator and the brake at the same time. I'm going, I'm stopping, I'm going, I'm stopping. You have this, God of action, Thor here moving you forward. Then you have this surrender to rest and sleep guidance. So you might feel a little bit like, these bursts of energy coming through in November, these bursts of inspiration, interspersed with these total breaks on moments where you're kind of feeling like, oh, this just isn't working. That's not working. So take a look at these things, not as things that have gone wrong, but as things that are showing you something that you need to see, and give yourself some grace this month. Definitely plenty of time to rest and restore in between the bursts of action. And you might notice how impulsiveness has not been your friend. So maybe come into some more balance. It's time to reflect. Capricorn, something that feels like it has shut you out is actually opening a door for you, and you will feel very inspired this month. You also will be coming into a sharp awareness of your boundaries. This Queen of Swords really knows with discernment how to cut out things that do not make her happy. And this boundaries card here, basically the Queen of Swords again, is saying, if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel right, it's going to go. And you're going to need to lean into your trust there, because your ego probably will not like it when you have to cut out these things. But when you trust your intuition, you will be shown that it is the way to this Ace of Wands, which is this new beginning, very soul aligned. So you can trust it. Just make sure that you're using that discernment, using those boundaries, protecting that inner child within you from anything that feels like the repetition of old patterns that led to sadness. This is a month for you to claim your joy. Aquarius, November is going to be a really fun month for you. You're going to come into a lot of peace, harmony, happiness, play. But this is coming through you surrendering and putting down some challenges, especially having to do with romance. Some things where it's just been dragging you down. You know, the relationship has just been sort of bogging you down. So you're now releasing, surrendering, letting go of that which you cannot control. And you're just going to focus on what feels good. You know, I want to play. I want to have harmony. I want to enjoy maybe being around family, friends. I just want to kind of party. And that's fine. Feel joy in all that you do this month. Don't let anything bog you down. And especially anything that has to do with, roles, expectations of other people in relationship. Just kind of put that down. Don't let that stick around this month because you've got too much enjoying to do. Have a great time. Pisces, you very recently shifted into some power within you, some real confidence, and a sense of, you know what, I deserve for things to be reciprocal. I deserve for things to be balanced and fair. And this is definitely changing things, particularly when it comes to your romantic life in November. You are holding yourself up to a higher standard of what is right for you. You are a whole new person, particularly when it has to do with relationships, because you're like, you know what, I've settled for less for far too long. I've allowed myself to be disempowered for far too long. Now, that doesn't mean, and again, you're saying, hey, just because I am sensitive, because I feel things, this is not a weakness. You're honoring your feelings. And also remember this throughout the month. You don't need to take any bait. You don't need to go into any battles or be dragged down in vibration. Just stay up above everything. All that is right for you is coming in for you.